Welcome to Famous People, English Stories. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
Introduction. In this story, you will follow Anna's journey as she discovers how to learn English vocabulary fast and overcome challenges along the way. After the story, please write a comment telling us, what was the most helpful tip you learned about studying English vocabulary? We look forward to reading your answers. Chapter 1: A New Life in London. Anna sat by the window of her small apartment in East London. The city was noisy, alive, full of sounds she didn't yet understand. She had moved from Poland just 2 weeks ago. She had dreams, big ones. She wanted to become a tour guide, someone who showed people the history and magic of this old city. But there was a problem. Her English vocabulary was small. Yes, she knew basic words. Hello. Thank you. I'm sorry. But when someone at the grocery store asked, "Would you like a receipt?" she just smiled and nodded. She had no idea what they said. That night, she made a decision. No more guessing, she whispered. No more fear. I will learn English vocabulary, and I will learn it fast. Anna opened her notebook and wrote a big title. My 7-Day Vocabulary Challenge. She gave herself 1 week. 1 week to try something new. 1 week to change her life. Day 1. Start with the words you need. Anna thought carefully. What words do I need first? She made a list. At the supermarket. On the bus. Asking for help. Directions. Talking to neighbors. She didn't want to learn astronaut or volcano right now. She needed real words for real life. She went out with her phone and used a free app to translate and collect the words she heard. She learned receipt, change, aisle, exit, and excuse me. When she got home, she didn't just read them, she used them. She said them aloud, whispered them, shouted them, and made short sentences. I lost my receipt. Excuse me, where is the exit? This aisle is too small. Day 2. Use pictures, not just translations. Anna realized something strange. When she thought of the word apple, she still saw the Polish word, jabłko. That slowed her down. So she changed her plan. She printed pictures of the new English words she had learned. No translations, just the image and the English word below it. She stuck them on the walls. Her apartment became a small museum of vocabulary. On her fridge, milk, juice, shelf, cold. On her bathroom mirror, toothbrush, towel, sink. On the door, handle, lock, open, close. Now every time she touched something, she said its name in English. Her brain started to think in pictures, not translations. It worked. Day 3. Make stories with new words. I don't want to just remember words, she said. I want to use them in real life. So Anna created tiny stories with her new words. Like this one. Today, I went to the supermarket. I forgot my bag. I bought milk and bread. The cashier gave me change. I took the receipt. Then I walked to the exit. But I went the wrong way and walked into the storage room. She laughed. It was silly, but it helped. Stories made the words stick. They became part of her world. Day 4. Speak out loud, even alone. That morning, Anna made tea and began talking to her cat, Mr. Buttons. Yes, Mr. Buttons, today I will clean the kitchen. First, I will wash the dishes. Then I will wipe the shelf. Her cat blinked slowly. But Anna smiled. It didn't matter. She learned that speaking aloud, even alone, helped her memory. When she heard her own voice using the new words, they stayed in her brain longer. Day 5. The power of flashcards, with a twist. Flashcards were not new. But Anna changed the game. Instead of writing the word and its meaning, she wrote word, picture, one short sentence using the word, emoji for emotion. For example, word, nervous. Picture, a girl biting her nails. Sentence, I feel nervous before a test. Every time she reviewed them, she acted them out. She used hand gestures and facial expressions. She made it fun. Vocabulary wasn't boring anymore. It was like a game. Day 6. Listen plus repeat equals muscle memory. Anna started listening to short podcasts and English story videos. She paused after each sentence and repeated it aloud. Not once. Not twice. 3 times. It felt like exercise for her tongue and brain. The sentence, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the bus stop is?" became part of her memory, like a song lyric she could sing anytime. Day 7. The confidence test. On the final day, Anna challenged herself. No more notebooks. No apps. No notes. She went out for a walk and promised herself, I will speak English today. I will use the new words I learned. At the cafe, she ordered coffee. Hi, I'd like a small black coffee, please. And, do you have almond milk? The barista smiled. Sure. Coming right up. Anna felt her heart race. But she did it. She used real words in real life. That night, she looked at her notebook. 7 days. Over 100 new words. Used in real life. Anna didn't feel afraid anymore. She felt ready. Chapter 2. Mistakes, Motivation, and a Magic Method. Anna woke up early on Monday. The city was still quiet. Outside, the sun touched the rooftops like golden paint. She stretched, walked to her mirror, and said, Today, I make mistakes, and that's okay. Because yesterday, she had done something brave, she had spoken English in public. But she had also made a few mistakes. She had said, Do you has almond milk? The barista had smiled politely. But Anna noticed it. At first, she felt embarrassed. But then she laughed. Even babies make mistakes when they learn to talk. I'm just a baby in English. She made a new rule for herself. Mistakes mean I'm learning. She wrote that in big letters and stuck it on her door. The Notebook of Mistakes. Anna started something new, a notebook of mistakes. But instead of feeling bad, she made it playful. For each mistake, she wrote the wrong sentence, the correct sentence, a small funny drawing, a new example with the correct word. Example: Do you has almond milk? Do you have almond milk? Drawing: a cow with sunglasses and an almond hat. New sentence: Do you have any sugar? Do you have a pen? Anna's notebook became her best teacher. Every page showed progress, not failure. Mini conversations, major growth. On Tuesday, Anna went to the park. She saw a mother playing with her child. The child dropped her toy. Anna smiled and said, "Oh no. You lost your toy." The mother replied kindly, "Yes, she always throws it." Anna nodded. Kids are funny. That was it. A small conversation. Just 10 seconds. But that moment made Anna feel like she could climb a mountain. She made a new habit, one mini conversation a day. At the bakery. At the bus stop. At the bookstore. She didn't worry about being perfect. She just focused on using the new words. Magic method, the 3x3 rule. That night, Anna discovered her magic method. She called it the 3x3 rule. Here's how it worked. Learn 3 new words in the morning. Use each one 3 times during the day, in writing or speaking. For example, new words: polite, delay, enjoy. Use 1, the bus was delayed. Use 2, he is a very polite man. Use 3, I enjoy reading in the park. If she used all 3 words 3 times, she won the day. No pressure. Just fun. Finding a learning friend. By Wednesday, Anna felt more confident. At her English class, she met someone new, Lena from Brazil. Lena had the same problem. Her vocabulary was slow to grow. So Anna shared her 3x3 method. Lena loved it. They made a deal. Every evening, they would text each other their 3 new words and the sentences they made with them. It became a game, like English tennis. Anna sent, awkward, remind, borrow. Lena replied, my brother is awkward at parties. Please remind me to call Mom. Can I borrow your pencil? Learning became something they shared, not just something Anna did alone. The power of repetition with emotion. Thursday was a hard day. Anna had a long shift at work. She was tired. Her brain didn't want to study. But then she remembered something. Emotion helps memory. So instead of boring flashcards, she acted. She stood in front of her mirror and performed her words with feelings. I'm excited, she said, jumping up and down. I'm bored, she said, yawning loudly. I'm angry, she growled and crossed her arms. Her cat ran away in fear. But it worked. Feeling the words made them unforgettable. Small wins, big motivation. On Friday, she went to a language exchange cafe. There were people from all over the world: China, Egypt, Spain, India. Anna introduced herself. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from Poland. I've been in London for 3 weeks. She had practiced that line for days. One guy said, "Your English is really good." Anna smiled wide. Was her English perfect? No. But someone understood her. And that meant everything. She went home and danced in her room. She sang new words out loud. Believe. Improve. Achieve. Vocabulary from music and movies. That weekend, Anna tried something different. She watched a Disney movie with English subtitles. She paused it often. Wrote down new words. Said them aloud. From the movie Moana, she learned. Voyage. Brave. Ocean. Destiny. She made a poem with them. On my voyage across the sea, I'll be brave, I'll be free. The ocean calls, it speaks to me. My destiny is clear to see. Now she wasn't just learning English. She was living it. The turning point. That Sunday, a tourist approached Anna at a train station. "Excuse me," the woman asked, "do you know how to get to Tower Bridge?" Anna smiled. For a moment, she almost froze. Then she remembered all her flashcards, stories, emotions, and tiny conversations. She took a deep breath and said, "Yes, it's just 2 stops from here. Take the district line. You'll see the sign for Tower Hill." "Thank you." Anna watched the tourist walk away, then turned to the window and whispered, "I did it." She didn't just learn new words that week. She discovered her power. Chapter 3, Words from the Heart, Lessons from the Street. It was Monday again. 1 full week had passed since Anna started her 3x3 vocabulary method. Her notebook was getting thick. Her confidence was growing. But she was beginning to notice something strange. Some words she remembered perfectly. Others disappeared from her mind like smoke. She would see a word in the morning, use it once, and by evening it was gone. Why? What made certain words stick? She sat in the park with her notebook and thought. And then something clicked. The words she remembered were tied to emotions, moments, or people. Words like awkward, which she used during an embarrassing moment in class. Or delicious, when she tried her first British pie. Or borrow, when Lena asked to borrow her umbrella in the rain. These weren't just vocabulary. These were stories. From words to memories. That night, Anna decided to stop writing lists of words. She would write mini-stories instead. Each story would include 3 new words. Each story would be personal, even if silly. Here's one she wrote. This morning, I was running late. I couldn't find my socks. I panicked. Then I discovered them inside my backpack. Ridiculous, right? My roommate laughed and said, "You're such a mess in the morning." She wasn't wrong. She underlined the words, ridiculous, mess, wrong. She read the story aloud 3 times. She imagined it like a short comedy skit. She laughed. She never forgot those 3 words again. Learning from the street. On Tuesday, Anna took a new route home. She decided she would learn 5 new words just by walking and observing. She passed a poster that said, "Grand opening, new cafe." New word, grand, large, impressive. She passed a construction site. A sign read, "Caution, wet floor." New word, caution, warning, be careful. She saw a chalkboard outside a bookstore. It said, "Escape into a novel." New use, escape is a feeling, not just running away. She smiled. Real life was the best teacher. She wrote down the sentences when she got home. These were words she wouldn't forget, because she saw them, felt them. Anna's new habit, the word walk. From that day, Anna added a new habit. Every time she took a walk, she had a mission: find at least 3 new English words, on signs, ads, menus, products, even overheard conversations. Some days she found 10. And the best part? She wasn't bored anymore. The streets of London were her classroom. Connecting with locals. One evening, Anna joined a local book club. It was small, just 5 people. They read short stories and talked about them. At first, Anna was quiet. She only said things like, "I liked the story. It was interesting." But the group leader encouraged her. "Anna, tell us, why did you like it?" She panicked. Her vocabulary felt like a small toolbox. Not enough tools. Not enough words. So she tried. The main character, she was honest. She told the truth, even when it was hard. "I think that is very brave." The group nodded. One woman said, "Beautifully said." Anna felt warm all over. She had just expressed something deep. Not perfect, but real. That night, she added 3 new words to her notebook: honest, brave, express. She didn't just learn them. She felt them. Turning frustration into fuel. By Thursday, Anna hit a wall. She felt stuck. She had so many new words in her head. Too many. Some felt the same. Some she forgot the next day. She closed her book, frustrated. "I'm tired of this. Why is it so hard?" Then she remembered something her mother once told her. "When you can't go forward, change the path, but never the goal." So Anna changed the path. She stopped memorizing 10 words a day. Instead, she chose 5 words and built her day around them. She picked gentle, trust, struggle, improve, celebrate. All day, she looked for chances to use them. She said to Lena, "Be gentle with yourself, it's okay to make mistakes." She wrote in her journal, "I struggle sometimes, but I trust one will improve." That night, she said out loud, "Today I celebrate my progress." Fewer words. Stronger connection. A vocabulary box. Friday brought a new idea. Anna bought a small box and cut small cards. Each card had 1 new word, a sentence with it, a question using the word. Example. Word, challenge. Sentence, learning English is a challenge, but a fun one. Question, what's the biggest challenge in your life right now? She called it her conversation box. She shuffled the cards and pulled out a few each day to practice aloud or with Lena. It became a game. It became her treasure chest of language. Learning in the real world. On Saturday, Anna volunteered at a community event. She helped set up chairs, greet visitors, and hand out flyers. It was her first time using English all day with strangers. She felt nervous. But every hello made her stronger. By the end of the day, she had learned 5 new phrases. Let me help you with that. Thanks for your patience. We appreciate your time. I'm on it. That's all set. She didn't learn them from a book. She learned them from life. And life was a better teacher than any classroom. The feeling of belonging. That evening, as she walked home, Anna looked around. This city had once felt too big, too fast, too loud. But now, it felt familiar. She understood more words. She said more sentences. She felt more confident. She didn't feel like a visitor anymore. She felt like someone who belonged. Not because she was perfect, but because she was brave enough to keep going. Chapter 4: Reading the World, Writing Her Own. Anna stood in front of the public library, her fingers wrapped around a warm cup of tea. The rain had stopped, but the sky still hung gray and heavy. She stepped inside, heart calm and curious. This was her next step. She had learned from people, posters, and conversations. But now, it was time for books. Not textbooks or grammar guides, she wanted stories. She found the section labeled Young Adult Fiction. It was perfect. Clear language, interesting characters, emotional stories. She picked one called A Quiet Girl in a Loud World. The title spoke to her. She sat by the window, opened the book, and began to read. The first chapter, A Mirror in English. The sentences were simple, but the feelings were deep. I feel invisible, the main character said. Anna paused. She wrote the word invisible in her journal and underlined it. Then she wrote, Sometimes, I feel invisible too. But English is helping me show who I really am. She kept reading. She didn't understand every word. That was okay. She didn't stop to check each one. She only noted the words that moved her. She called it emotional vocabulary. Words that made her feel something. After just 30 pages, she had 10 powerful words. Invisible, doubt, brave, bloom, silent, scream, discover, fear, belong, rise. Each had a story behind it. Each had weight. Reading plus writing equals remembering. That night, Anna made a new rule. After every reading session, she would write a short reflection using the new words. Here's what she wrote that night. I used to doubt myself. I felt invisible in a big world. But I'm learning to bloom in silence. I fear speaking, but I do it anyway. That's what makes me brave. She read it aloud slowly. She smiled. This wasn't just practice. This was her truth. A journal that changed everything. The next morning, Anna bought a small bullet journal. She called it her word power journal. Each page was like a vocabulary playground. She added. A word of the day section. A quote from my book. A new sentence from me. A feeling I had in English today. It looked like this. Word, overcome. Quote, she overcame her fear of being seen. My sentence, I want to overcome my fear of sounding foolish. My feeling, today, I felt proud when I used 5 new words in one conversation. The journal didn't feel like homework. It felt like building a relationship with words and with herself. English blogs, real voices, real words. One afternoon, Lena sent Anna a blog post about living in London as a foreigner. Anna opened the post on her phone while riding the bus. The writing was casual, honest, and funny. It talked about everything, from confusing accents to accidentally ordering a fish head in a restaurant. The blog was filled with real-life expressions. Not textbook language. Anna copied 3 phrases into her word power journal. I was totally lost. It made me laugh out loud. That was a disaster. She practiced using them in her own stories. When I first tried to use the ticket machine, I was totally lost. A kind man helped me. It made me laugh out loud when I realized I had tried to buy a parking ticket instead of a train ticket. That was a disaster. She laughed as she wrote it. These were her experiences, real, human, messy, and full of learning. The vocabulary wall. Anna took things one step further. In her room, above her desk, she placed sticky notes on the wall. Each note had a word, a definition in simple English, a sentence, and a drawing or symbol. One said, regret. Meaning, feeling bad about something you did or didn't do. Sentence, I regret not speaking more at yesterday's event. Symbol, a little cloud with a raindrop. Another said, grateful. Meaning, thankful for something or someone. Sentence, I feel grateful for Lena's support. Symbol, a heart and a star. This wall grew every day. It became her visual memory. A map of her journey. Sometimes, she just stood in front of it, whispering the words. Creative writing nights. One Friday, Lena invited Anna to a writers and team meetup. It was a small group of language learners who met to write short stories and poems in English. Anna was nervous. What if she wrote something wrong? But the group leader smiled and said, this is not about perfect English. It's about real English, your English. Anna wrote a short poem. I'm a whisper in a loud land. But each word I learn is a seed in my hand. I plant them in pages, I water with care. And soon I will bloom here, there, everywhere. When she read it out loud, her voice trembled. But when she finished, the room clapped. She had never felt more alive. Books and blogs became her voice. A few weeks later, Anna wrote a blog post herself. She titled it, How Learning English Helped Me Find My Voice. She shared her favorite books, her vocabulary tips, her fears, her joy. She ended the post with, English is not just a language. It's a bridge. Every new word is a step forward, toward people, toward places, toward myself. She didn't write it for followers. She wrote it for freedom. And when she clicked publish, she whispered, "I am no longer invisible." Chapter 5. Becoming English from the Inside Out. It happened on a Tuesday morning. Anna was making toast in her small kitchen. She dropped the butter knife, and without thinking, she muttered, "Oh no, not again." Then she froze. She had said it in English. There was no translation in her mind. No pause to search for words. It had just come out. Natural. Automatic. Hers. That was the moment Anna realized something had changed. She was starting to think in English. And that, she later learned, was the key to fast vocabulary learning. When English isn't just something you study, but something you live inside. The voice inside. Anna started to notice the English voice in her mind more and more. When she walked down the street, she didn't just see a red car. She saw a shiny red car zooming past. When she entered the grocery store, her thoughts whispered, "Let's grab a basket and head straight for the fruit aisle." She laughed one afternoon when she thought, "This line is taking forever," in English, while waiting for her coffee. Her native language still lived in her. It always would. But English was no longer a guest. It was becoming family. The secret, talking to yourself. One of the turning points was when Anna gave herself permission to talk to herself in English. She called it her mirror conversations. Every night before bed, she'd stand in front of her mirror and ask, "How was your day, Anna?" Then she'd answer out loud. It was interesting. I met a woman who teaches painting. She invited me to her studio. I said yes. That was brave of me. At first, it felt strange. But soon, the mirror became her friend. A silent listener. She didn't worry about mistakes. She focused on fluency. And that practice changed everything. Dreams in English. One night, Anna had a strange dream. She was sitting at a round table in a beautiful garden. All the people around her were speaking English. Clear, simple, kind. They weren't correcting her. They were listening, smiling, asking questions. She woke up smiling. Her roommate asked what the dream was about. It was in English, Anna said. All of it. You're dreaming in English now, her roommate said, eyes wide. I guess I am, Anna whispered. That day, she felt powerful. Arguing in English? Yes, that too. Not all moments were peaceful. One evening, she spilled tea on her homework. Her first reaction was frustration. Her inner voice snapped, "Seriously? Why are you always so clumsy?" But then she stopped. She didn't like being mean to herself, even in English. So she replied out loud, softly, "Hey, mistakes happen. Let's clean it and start again." She laughed. She was having a full argument with herself, in English, and learning emotional vocabulary at the same time. She wrote in her journal that night. Learning to think in English isn't just about language. It's about being kind to myself in this new world I'm building. The 5-minute rule. Anna started a new habit. Every morning, As soon as she woke up, she would lie in bed and think in English for 5 minutes. She imagined her day. Okay, today is Wednesday. I need to reply to Lena's message, go to the bookstore, and maybe do laundry. I feel a little tired, but also excited about reading chapter 7. It was like warming up her brain. And it worked. Her thoughts flowed easier. Words came faster. Her memory improved. English was no longer something outside of her. It was her morning voice, her walking companion, her decision-making partner. Thinking with pictures and words. When Anna didn't know a word, she used images. If she didn't remember the word for ladder, she imagined a person climbing it. She'd say, the thing you climb to reach high places. Later, she'd look up the word. This method, thinking in concepts, helped her remember new vocabulary faster. She didn't translate. She connected. Instead of, escalera equals ladder. She thought, I climb it. It has steps. It's made of metal or wood equals ladder. This visual method became a powerful tool in her brain. Inner monologue walks. On Saturdays, Anna walked through the park for 1 hour. No music, no phone. Just her and her thoughts, in English. She described the world in her mind. The sun is gentle today. The grass is soft. That child is flying a yellow kite. Look how high it goes. Sometimes, she imagined she was giving a tour. And here on the left, you can see a beautiful row of cherry trees. In spring, they bloom like pink clouds. It felt silly. It felt beautiful. It felt like transformation. From thought to speaking. Because of this inner training, Anna's speaking improved. She didn't pause as much. She didn't search for every word. She didn't worry if every sentence was perfect. She had created fluency in silence. And silence had become her teacher. One night at the cafe, a woman dropped her phone behind the counter. Anna jumped up to help. As she handed it back, the woman smiled and said, "You speak so naturally. Are you from here?" Anna blinked. "No," she said. "I'm from Ukraine." "Well," the woman said, "your English is beautiful. It sounds like it lives in you." Anna smiled. She whispered to herself later, "It does." Chapter 6. The Music of English. It started on a rainy afternoon. Anna sat by the window of her favorite cafe, sipping a warm latte. She felt a little tired, a little stuck. Learning vocabulary had become a routine, reading lists, using flashcards, looking up meanings. But something was missing. The joy. Then, from the cafe speakers, a soft melody filled the air. A voice sang. "You say goodbye, and I say hello." Anna knew the tune. It was the Beatles. She began mouthing the words, quietly, without effort. That's when it hit her, she knew every word of that song. Not because she studied it, but because she'd heard it again and again as a child. The melody had carried the words into her memory like a boat on water. "Music," she whispered. "That's the secret." Lyrics over lists. That night, Anna searched for English songs with clear lyrics. She created a playlist, classic songs, slow songs, even some children's rhymes. She listened, paused, and repeated. But this time, she didn't just listen, she studied with her ears. She wrote down the lyrics by hand, line by line. She circled new words. She sang along, slow, clear, and fun. And most of all, she noticed how the words sounded. Words that were once hard to remember became unforgettable. Imagine there's no heaven. Let it be, let it be. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Each melody had a rhythm, a beat that made the words easier to remember. Vocabulary became music. Learning became pleasure. The shower stage. Anna created a new habit, singing in the shower. She wasn't a great singer. She didn't care. Every morning, she chose one song from her playlist and sang it start to finish. Loud and proud. The hot water, the echo, the privacy, it all made her braver. And the words? They stuck. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. She found herself using these phrases in real life. Her friend asked how she felt one day, and Anna replied with a smile, I'm walking on sunshine. Her friend laughed. You're becoming a jukebox. Anna grinned. A jukebox with great English. Rhyme equals remember. Soon, Anna discovered the power of rhymes. She remembered how children learned language, with silly songs, rhymes, and repetition. So she created her own rhymes for tricky vocabulary. Though, through, tough, and thought. Sound the same? They really don't. If it ends with tie-in, that's a noun. Like information all around. She recited these lines like poems while walking or cleaning. Rhymes made boring words stick. They made grammar rules easier to recall. Even better, they made learning fun again. A song for every mood. Anna's playlist grew. When she felt sad, she played Fix You by Coldplay. When she felt strong, she sang Roar by Katy Perry. When she felt romantic, she whispered Can't Help Falling in Love. She didn't always understand every word. But the emotion? She felt it. And slowly, she began to understand the feeling behind the phrases, not just their dictionary meaning. The word hopeless wasn't just a definition. It was a sound in a song. A memory. A moment. That emotional connection made the vocabulary unforgettable. Singing with friends. One evening, her roommate surprised her. I signed us up for karaoke night, she said. Anna panicked. Me? On stage? Her roommate smiled. You sing in the shower. Now sing in the bar. So they went. Anna's hands were shaking, but when the music started, Let It Be, something happened. She sang. The crowd clapped. She didn't care if she made mistakes. The words flowed. The music held her. Afterwards, someone asked, Are you an English teacher? Anna laughed. No. Just someone who sings to remember. A lullaby before sleep. Anna also began ending her day with soft English songs. She'd lie in bed, headphones on, and let the music speak to her. You are the sunshine of my life. Somewhere over the rainbow. What a wonderful world. Her mind relaxed. Her brain absorbed the rhythm, the words, the pronunciation. Without pressure. In the morning, some lyrics would be waiting, like gentle thoughts. Music became her secret study partner. From music to memory. One day, Anna had to give a short speech in English. She was nervous. But as she stood in front of her class, something strange happened. She opened her mouth, and the words came out in rhythm. Her sentences flowed like verses. Her pauses felt like a beat. Her voice was calm and musical. Afterwards, her teacher said, "That was beautiful. You spoke like a song." Anna smiled. She didn't memorize the speech word by word. She memorized the feel of it, the melody of her message. That was her breakthrough. The lesson of the lyrics. Later that night, Anna wrote in her journal. When I learned with music, I didn't just learn faster, I remembered longer. Songs don't just teach vocabulary. They teach rhythm, feeling, and soul. English was no longer just a language she studied. It was something she sang, something she felt, something she carried in her heart. Chapter 7, English in the Wild. It was Saturday morning. Anna walked through the crowded street market in her city, wearing a light scarf and a smile. The air smelled like cinnamon, fresh flowers, and roasted coffee beans. Stalls lined both sides of the road, selling books, fruits, handmade jewelry, and clothes. Laughter echoed through the air. Tourists chatted. Children played. And English was everywhere. For weeks, Anna had studied vocabulary. She knew words. She knew phrases. She could sing and rhyme and write. But now came something she hadn't practiced much. Real conversation with real people. The first step. At the first stall, she saw a handmade leather notebook. A man stood behind the table, arranging his items. He smiled at her. "Beautiful journals, right?" "Hand-stitched," he said in a friendly tone. Anna nodded. "Yes, very pretty," she replied slowly, looking for the word. "Do you write?" he asked. "Yes. I write English stories." "Every day," she said. He raised his eyebrows. "That's impressive." "For fun?" "Yes," she answered, growing more confident. "To learn English faster. Stories help me remember." The man laughed. "That's cool. I'll give you a discount. Writers deserve good paper." Anna smiled wide. Her first conversation, simple, warm, successful. She bought the notebook, thanked him, and walked away feeling brave. The market challenge. But the real challenge came 10 minutes later. She saw a group of travelers, 3 people speaking English quickly. They looked confused. Anna listened carefully. One of them was pointing at a map. "Where's the lavender shop?" she asked another. The second shrugged. "It should be here. We passed the cafe already." Anna knew the shop. It was around the corner. Her heart beat fast. Should she help? Would they understand her? Would she say something wrong? She took a breath and stepped forward. "Excuse me," she said, voice shaking slightly. "You are looking for Lavender Shop?" They turned to her. "Yes." Anna continued. "It is close. You go straight, then right. Next to blue door. Smells very strong." The woman laughed. "Smells strong? That must be it." Anna smiled. "You will find it easy." "Thank you so much," they said in unison. She waved and walked away, heart pounding, but feeling powerful. She didn't use perfect grammar. But she communicated. She helped. She succeeded. Coffee and confidence. Later, Anna sat at a cafe. The waitress came over. "What can I get for you?" Anna answered smoothly. "One cappuccino, please. And a croissant." The waitress nodded. "Sure thing. Would you like it warm?" "Yes, please." "That sounds lovely." Her pronunciation was clear. Her words came quickly. She noticed something new. She wasn't translating in her head anymore. She was thinking in English. Even small talk felt easier now. When the waitress returned, she smiled. "You speak very well, by the way. I thought you were from here." Anna blushed. "Thank you. I've been learning every day." The compliment stayed with her all afternoon. The vocabulary notebook. Sitting in the sun, Anna opened her new leather notebook. She wrote, "Today I helped tourists. I ordered food. I had a real chat. I didn't memorize lines. I just spoke." This is the kind of vocabulary that lives inside your life. She began listing new words she heard that day: stitched, lavender, croissant, smells strong, map, around the corner. She didn't write definitions. She wrote memories next to each one. Stitched, the leather journal man. Lavender, the tourist group. Croissant, warm and buttery. Words weren't just on a page anymore. They were tied to people, smells, emotions, and sounds. That made them unforgettable. Lessons from the street. That evening, Anna called her mom. "In English," she said, smiling. Her mom laughed. "Only English?" "Yes. It helps me think fast." So they spoke. It wasn't perfect. Anna paused sometimes. She repeated phrases. But her sentences were alive. At one point, she told her mom, "I learned more today in 3 hours at the market than I did in a week with my books." How? I used the words. I made them mine. I lived them. Not just study, experience. Before bed, she stood by the window and whispered to herself, "English is not just something I read. It's something I feel. Something I do." She remembered the nervous girl who once hid behind flashcards. That girl had become a woman who helped strangers, ordered food, and joked with strangers, all in English. The secret wasn't just studying. It was living the language. What Anna learned today. Use vocabulary in real life. Speak even if it's simple. Don't wait to be perfect. Speak to be understood. People are kind. Most want to help you succeed. Words become stronger when they're connected to memories. Every small conversation builds confidence. English is not only for exams, it's for connection. And with that thought, she closed her eyes. Tomorrow would bring more words, more voices, more stories. But tonight, she slept with a smile, dreaming in English. Chapter 8: The English Stage. Anna stared at the flyer in her hand. It was colorful, printed on thick paper, and pinned to the cafe wall she always visited. At the top, bold letters read, "Open mic night, tell your story." Theme, your language journey. Underneath it said, 5 minutes. Your story. Your voice. In English. She read the flyer twice. Then a third time. She looked around the cafe. People were talking, sipping coffee, scrolling their phones. And inside Anna's chest, something moved, a mix of fear, excitement, and curiosity. Could she really do this? Stand in front of strangers? Speak in English? Tell her journey? Her heart whispered yes. Her mind shouted no. The decision. That night, she sat in her room with her notebook open. She flipped through pages full of words, expressions, memories. So many moments. She had started as a shy learner. Now, she could hold conversations, help tourists, read stories, order food, and think in English. She whispered to herself, if I can do all that, maybe I can tell my story too. She wrote a short script. Nothing fancy. Just her truth. I was afraid to speak. I thought every mistake would sound loud. But English is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. She practiced in front of her mirror. Then in front of her friend on a video call. Then again before bed. Her hands still trembled, but her voice grew stronger. The night arrives. The next evening, she walked to the cafe. A small stage had been set up at the back. Soft lights. A microphone. Chairs. People were signing up. Some looked like students. Some looked like tourists. One was a teacher. Anna waited in line, holding her script. When it was her turn, she looked at the list and wrote her name. She was number 4. The first speaker told a funny story about confusing dessert and desert. The second shared how learning English helped her get a better job. The third was nervous but managed to read a poem she had written. Then, it was Anna's turn. The spotlight. She walked to the stage slowly, holding her notebook. Her heart pounded. Her palms were wet. She stood in front of the microphone and looked at the crowd. Maybe 25 people. Some smiling. Some waiting. She took a breath. Hi, she said. My name is Anna. And this is my English story. The crowd stayed quiet. She continued. A year ago, I was afraid of English. I knew grammar rules. I had vocabulary books. But I never spoke. I was too shy. Too scared. She paused. Her voice was clear, slow. One day, I tried something different. I started learning words with stories. My own stories. I connected new words with feelings, people, and places. She saw heads nodding. I didn't memorize anymore. I imagined. I spoke aloud. I played with words like toys. Some people chuckled. And then I went outside. I ordered coffee. I helped tourists find a lavender shop. I made mistakes. But people smiled. They helped me. And I kept speaking. She smiled. English is not just a subject. It's not only grammar or tests. It's a bridge. A way to connect. She closed her notebook. Tonight, I'm not perfect. I'm not a native speaker. But I'm here. I'm brave. And I'm learning. And so can you. A pause. Then, applause. Loud. Warm. Honest. She felt her cheeks turn red, but her heart filled with something stronger than pride. It was peace. After the stage. People came up to her afterward. That was beautiful, one person said. You gave me courage, said another. Your story is my story too, someone added. She smiled, shook hands, and thanked them. One woman, a teacher, handed her a card. We're doing a community event next month. Would you like to share your story again? Anna looked at the card. And nodded. Reflection. That night, Anna stood by her window again. But this time, something was different. She had used English for more than survival. She had used it to inspire. She whispered. Mistakes are part of the story. Silence is no longer my language. English is not just what I learn. It's who I'm becoming. What Anna learned today. Speaking in front of others builds true confidence. People don't expect perfection. They want to feel your truth. Sharing your journey helps others feel less alone. Mistakes don't destroy you, they make your story more real. Every word you speak becomes stronger when it carries your heart. Anna turned off the light and got ready for bed. But inside, a light had turned on that would never fade again. Chapter 9: The English Bridge. After the open mic night, Anna felt like something had shifted inside her. The applause had faded, the cafe was quiet again, and the days had returned to normal, or so it seemed. But Anna wasn't the same. Something new had begun. An idea. A spark. A question kept following her like a shadow. What if I could help others learn English through stories too? Not just friends. Not just tourists. But people everywhere. The vision begins. Anna sat by her desk, surrounded by her vocabulary notebooks, storybooks, and post-it notes filled with English expressions. She opened her laptop and typed. How to teach English online using stories. Her screen filled with videos, blogs, and tutorials. She clicked on a few and took notes. But none of them felt quite right. They were too academic, too fast, too perfect. Anna whispered to herself, "Where is the slow, real, gentle kind of learning I wanted when I began?" That was it. She decided to create it. Not a course. Not a textbook. Something different. A small English YouTube channel. A place for beginners. A place to listen, not just study. A place to feel the language, not fear it. The first step. She made a list of ideas. Episode 1, My First 10 English Words. Episode 2, Why I Was Scared to Speak. Episode 3, A Story Using Go, Get, and Give. Then she thought of a name. Something simple. Something warm. She wrote, English with Anna, Stories, Steps, and Smiles. She smiled at the screen. It felt right. The next day, she borrowed a friend's microphone and learned how to record audio. She sat in her room, took a deep breath, and began speaking slowly into the mic. Hello, my name is Anna. I used to be afraid of English. But stories helped me. And now, I want to help you. Her voice trembled a bit, but she didn't stop. She edited the audio, added subtitles, and uploaded it with a soft thumbnail of her holding a book. She clicked publish. Then she waited. The first response. At first, nothing happened. No views. No likes. No comments. She felt silly. But 2 days later, she got her first comment. Thank you. I understood everything. Your story is like mine. Anna stared at the screen for a long time. One person. One learner. One heart touched. That was enough to keep going. She made a second video. Then a third. Then she posted once a week. Sometimes she told a story. Sometimes she explained how she learned vocabulary with feelings and colors. She added words on the screen, repeated slowly, and gave examples like, I feel excited equals when I learn something new. I get nervous equals when I speak in public. I go shopping equals when I need new notebooks. Each word lived inside a real moment. That's what made it stick. The message spreads. Over time, comments began to grow. Can you do a video about travel words? I love your voice. It's slow and clear. I watch you every morning. It gives me hope. Anna began receiving messages from Brazil, India, Japan, Ukraine, Kenya. Different places. Different lives. One common dream. I want to speak English. But I'm scared. Help me. Anna realized this was bigger than her. She wasn't just telling stories. She was building bridges. From fear to confidence. From silence to conversation. From lonely learners to a global family. A new identity. One evening, as Anna walked past the mirror, she paused. She looked at herself and whispered, I'm no longer just learning English. I'm helping others learn too. I'm a guide now. A leader. She thought back to the girl who once froze ordering tea. Now she was teaching verbs with stories online. Not because she was perfect, but because she understood the struggle. And that made her strong. What Anna learned today. You don't need to be an expert to help others, you just need to care. Sharing your own learning journey is powerful. Helping others helps you grow even faster. Stories are the best teachers, and every learner has one. When you teach, you don't just explain. You inspire. Anna looked out the window. The world was still big. The journey was still long. But now, she wasn't walking alone. She had a purpose. She had a voice. And with every word she spoke, she lit a path for someone else. Chapter 10: The Wall and the Window. The mornings were colder now. Leaves outside Anna's window had turned orange and gold. Autumn had arrived, quietly but deeply, just like her self-doubt. Anna had been making English videos for 3 months. Each week, she recorded, edited, uploaded, and hoped. Her channel had grown slowly, with kind comments and some regular viewers. But one morning, she woke up and felt empty. She stared at her phone. No new comments. No new subscribers. No motivation. The excitement that once pushed her to create now sat silently in her chest. Anna whispered, "Why am I doing this?" The wall. Doubt is not loud. It's quiet, like fog. It doesn't scream. It whispers. And it whispered to Anna. Nobody is watching. Your English isn't perfect. You're wasting your time. She opened her YouTube studio. One video had fewer views than usual. One had 2 dislikes. A new comment read, "Your accent is strange." It was just one message. But it hit hard. Anna felt her chest tighten. She closed the laptop. The room felt darker than before. She lay on the bed and stared at the ceiling. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a girl who learned some words. Her notebook sat untouched for days. She ignored her video schedule. She told herself, maybe I'll stop. The letter from Brazil. 4 days passed. Then an email arrived. The subject line said, "Thank you, Anna." She almost didn't open it. But she did. It read, "Dear Anna, my name is Carla. I live in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I have never commented before, but I watch all your videos. I listen with my 2 sons. I cannot afford English school, but your slow stories help me learn. Your voice is soft. It makes me feel calm. I was afraid to learn, but now, I believe I can. Please don't stop. With love, Carla." Anna read the message twice. Then again. Her eyes filled with tears. One message had hurt her. But this one healed her. Not just because of the words, but because she remembered why she started. Not for views. Not for likes. Not for fame. But for people like Carla. People who were once afraid, just like she was. The window. The next day, Anna made tea and sat by her window. Outside, children were walking to school. A dog barked in the distance. She opened her vocabulary journal again. She turned to a blank page and wrote, "Why I teach." And below it, "Because I once struggled. Because I know what fear sounds like. Because one slow story can change someone's life. Because connection is more important than perfection." She looked outside again. The same world was there, but her eyes were different. Doubt had tried to build a wall inside her. But Carla's message had become a window. Through it, she saw purpose again. And through it, she saw the learners, waiting, hoping, trying. Back to the journey. That evening, Anna recorded a new story. She didn't wear makeup. She didn't edit out her pauses. She didn't try to sound like someone else. She just spoke. Gently. Clearly. From the heart. If you are tired, it's okay. If you are scared, it's okay. You are still learning. And learning is brave. She added some vocabulary at the end. Doubt equals when you don't believe in yourself. Purpose equals the reason you do something. Message equals words sent from one person to another. Window equals something that helps you see clearly. Wall equals something that blocks your view. She smiled softly as she uploaded the video. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. What Anna learned today. Even helpers need help sometimes. Doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to win. One kind word can save someone's dream. Teaching isn't about never falling, it's about getting back up. When you feel lost, go back to your why. The journey of learning and teaching wasn't always exciting. But it was always meaningful. And that was enough to begin again. Chapter 11: The Magic of Story Layers. After overcoming her moment of doubt, Anna felt lighter, as if she had crossed a hidden bridge inside herself. Her small YouTube channel was growing, but she wanted to bring something fresh, something that would make learning vocabulary faster and more fun. One quiet afternoon, while sipping chamomile tea, Anna's mind wandered back to her favorite book from childhood. It was a book full of stories inside stories, tales told by characters who themselves told other tales. She smiled at the memory. Suddenly, an idea sparked. What if she created a story that contained many smaller stories? Stories within stories, each designed to introduce new words, expressions, and feelings? The thought felt exciting and a little scary. The new plan. Anna grabbed her notebook and started brainstorming. She wrote, "A main story with a young woman like me." Each chapter includes a small story from a different character she meets. Each mini-story teaches 5 to 10 new vocabulary words naturally. Use dialogue, feelings, and simple situations. Repeat words but with different meanings or uses. Add questions for viewers to practice speaking. She thought about the young woman in the story, a character named Mia, curious and brave, who travels through her city meeting people with interesting lives. Each person shares a story that teaches something new about English words. Anna felt her heart beat faster. This was not just teaching. This was creating a whole world. Writing the first story. Anna started writing the first mini-story about Mia meeting a street artist named Leo. Leo was painting a large mural on a brick wall, using bright colors. Mia asked, "What are you painting?" Leo smiled, "I'm creating a picture that tells a story. Each color means something. Red for passion, blue for calm, yellow for hope." Anna included the vocabulary words naturally. Mural equals a large painting on a wall. Passion equals a strong feeling about something. Calm equals peaceful, not worried. Hope equals feeling that good things will happen. Artist equals a person who creates art. Then Mia shared a story Leo told her about his life. She repeated the new words slowly for learners to hear and understand. Anna even imagined questions for her viewers, like, "Can you name a color that makes you feel calm? What is something you feel passionate about?" Making it interactive. Anna realized the story within a story method was perfect for making learning interactive. Each episode could end with simple exercises, matching words with pictures, repeating sentences, or writing a short answer. She tested the idea by sending a draft to a friend who taught English online. Her friend loved it. She said, "This is fantastic. It feels like the learner is part of the story." That gave Anna more courage. The first video using the new method. Anna recorded the first episode with the story of Mia and Leo. She used soft background music and showed the mural painting as she spoke. Her voice was calm, warm, and inviting. She introduced the vocabulary words carefully, repeating each one. At the end, she asked viewers to pause and answer simple questions aloud. The response was immediate. Comments poured in. "I loved the story. The words were easy to remember. The questions helped me speak for the first time. Please make more stories like this." Anna's heart swelled with joy. She knew this was the way forward. The power of stories. Anna thought about what made this method work so well. It wasn't just about words. It was about connection. When learners hear a story, they feel emotions. They picture the scenes. They understand how words live in real life. That feeling makes vocabulary stick. Not in lists. Not in tests. But in stories. What Anna learned today. Learning through layered stories is powerful and fun. Vocabulary learned with emotions and context is remembered better. Asking questions invites learners to speak, practice, and grow. Creativity can change the way we learn languages. Sharing a world with learners creates community and motivation. Anna smiled, thinking about all the stories waiting to be told. The journey of English was no longer just hers. It was everyone's. Together, they would discover words, meanings, and worlds, one story at a time. Chapter 12, Finding the Flow in the Chaos. Anna had found her new way to teach English vocabulary, through stories within stories, and it was working. Her videos felt alive, and her viewers loved them. But suddenly, life started pulling her in many directions. Her mother needed help with the family business. Her little brother had school projects. Her own health was a little shaky after long hours editing videos. And, on top of everything, Anna's part-time job demanded extra shifts. The balance she had found between teaching and living was tipping. One morning, Anna woke up with a headache. She looked at her calendar. A long list of things to do stared back at her. Can I do it all? She wondered. Will I lose the energy to create? The weight of expectations. Anna realized she had set very high expectations for herself. Every video had to be perfect. Every lesson had to be new and exciting. Every viewer's comment mattered deeply. But she was forgetting something crucial, herself. In trying to give everything, she was giving herself little. A moment of pause. That day, Anna decided to take a walk in the nearby park. The crisp air cleared her mind. She watched children playing, couples walking, birds singing. She noticed how nature did not rush. Trees grew slowly but steadily. The river flowed gently but surely. Anna understood. Learning, creating, living, they didn't have to be perfect or fast. They just needed to be steady. Small steps, big impact. Anna made a new plan. Record shorter videos when she was tired. Use simple stories sometimes, not always complex ones. Take one day off every week to rest. Ask for help with editing or ideas from friends. Write ideas down anytime to keep them safe. She realized that small steps, done consistently, could keep her journey alive without burning out. The power of routine. Anna started waking up 30 minutes earlier, not to rush, but to write ideas in a notebook. She created a small English corner in her room, filled with colorful sticky notes, vocabulary cards, and story prompts. Before bed, she read simple English stories, not to teach, but to relax and learn. Her body and mind began to feel stronger. Sharing the real story. One evening, Anna recorded a special video. She spoke honestly. Sometimes, learning and teaching English is hard. Sometimes, life gets busy, and we feel tired. That is okay. It's okay to slow down. The important thing is to keep going, step by step. She shared tips for learners on how to manage their time, stay motivated, and avoid stress. Her viewers responded with gratitude. Many wrote that they felt the same way. Anna realized that being real, not perfect, created a deeper connection. What Anna learned today. Balance is not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing what you can. Taking breaks is part of learning and creating. Small, consistent actions beat occasional bursts of effort. Sharing struggles makes learning honest and relatable. Self-care fuels creativity. Anna smiled softly as she closed her laptop that night. The road was long, but she was walking it with patience, courage, and heart. Chapter 13, Growing Together. After finding her balance, Anna felt more energized. But she also realized something important. Learning English was not just her journey, it was a shared one. Her YouTube channel had grown beyond just videos. Comments flowed in daily, viewers from different countries, with different stories, hopes, and struggles. Anna started reading the comments carefully. She noticed questions, thank yous, and sometimes doubts. One comment caught her eye. It was from a viewer named Carlos, who wrote, "I love your stories, Anna. But sometimes I'm shy to speak English. How do you practice speaking when you're afraid to make mistakes?" Anna smiled. She knew that feeling well. Creating a space for everyone. Inspired by Carlos, Anna decided to start live sessions where viewers could join and practice speaking together. Her first live session was nervous but exciting. A small group of viewers appeared on screen from places like Brazil, Japan, and Egypt. Anna welcomed each person warmly. They shared their names, their favorite English words, and their reasons for learning. Some spoke shyly, others more confidently. Anna made sure everyone felt comfortable. She reminded them, "Mistakes are friends, not enemies. They help us learn." Building confidence, one word at a time. During live sessions, Anna used her story method. She told a simple story, then asked viewers to repeat words, answer questions, and even create their own sentences. She encouraged, "Don't worry about perfect pronunciation. Speak with your heart. Use new words every day." The energy in the live room was warm and supportive. People cheered each other on. Anna noticed something magical happening. The fear was fading. Learning from each other. Anna realized the community was more than just her teaching. Viewers shared their own stories, tips, and struggles. Carlos shared that he practiced speaking by talking to his dog. Another viewer, Yuki from Japan, wrote about singing English songs to improve her pronunciation. Anna started featuring these stories in her videos. She understood that learning was richer when everyone's voice was heard. Expanding the circle. The community grew larger. Anna created a group on social media where learners could post questions, share pictures, or even write short stories in English. She invited guest speakers, other language teachers, travelers, and even native speakers who loved helping others. The circle of learning expanded beyond what Anna had imagined. What Anna learned today. Learning is more powerful when shared with others. Speaking is easier when you feel safe and supported. Everyone's story is important and can teach something new. Community creates motivation and joy in learning. Teaching is not one way, it's a beautiful exchange. Anna felt grateful. She was not alone, and neither were her viewers. Together, they were growing, step by step, word by word. Chapter 14, Embracing Mistakes. Anna's community was growing stronger every day. She felt proud of what she had built, a space where people from all over the world could learn English together. But the road wasn't always smooth. One afternoon, Anna was preparing a new video. She wanted it to be special, full of creative stories, catchy vocabulary, and fun exercises. She spent hours writing the script, filming, and editing. When she uploaded the video, she waited excitedly for the feedback. But the comments were mixed. Some viewers loved the video, but others pointed out mistakes. Some said the story was confusing. A few mentioned technical issues with the sound. Anna felt a pang of disappointment. Was she not good enough? Should she give up? Facing criticism with courage. After a deep breath, Anna remembered what she had told her viewers before. Mistakes are friends, not enemies. They help us learn. She decided to look at the comments carefully. Instead of feeling discouraged, she saw opportunities to improve. A viewer named Maya suggested clearer examples. Another, Tom, gave tips for better audio. Anna realized that honest feedback was a gift, turning challenges into growth. Anna made a plan. She rewatched her video and noted areas to fix. She asked a friend to help with sound editing. She simplified the story to make it clearer. She wrote a thank you message to her viewers for their helpful comments. Next time, she promised herself, she would take more time to check everything. Sharing the lesson. Anna recorded a short video titled Learning from Mistakes. She said, "Nobody is perfect. Making mistakes means you are trying. When you learn a language, you will make mistakes, and that's wonderful. Each mistake is a step closer to success." Her viewers responded with warm messages of encouragement. They shared their own stories of learning through errors. Anna felt connected to them even more deeply. Finding strength in imperfection. From then on, Anna embraced imperfection. Her videos were not always perfect, but they were honest. She showed behind-the-scenes moments, her struggles, and even her bloopers. Her community loved the real Anna, the learner and teacher who never gave up. What Anna learned today. Criticism helps you improve if you accept it openly. Mistakes are natural and important in learning. Sharing your struggles builds trust and connection. No one is perfect, and that's okay. Growth happens when you face challenges bravely. Anna smiled, feeling stronger than ever. Her journey was about more than teaching English. It was about inspiring courage and resilience. Chapter 15: The Breakthrough Moment. Months had passed since Anna started her YouTube channel. She had faced ups and downs, but her passion never faded. She kept learning, teaching, and growing alongside her community. One morning, Anna woke up to an email that made her heart race. It was an invitation to speak at a well-known online language conference. They had seen her videos and wanted her to share her story with thousands of learners worldwide. Anna could hardly believe it. This was the breakthrough moment she had dreamed of. Preparing for the big day. Excitement mixed with nerves. Anna knew she had to prepare carefully. She wrote her speech, practiced it many times, and imagined the audience. She remembered all the lessons from her journey. Be authentic and honest. Share not just successes but struggles too. Inspire others with her story. Sharing her story. The day of the conference arrived. Anna spoke to thousands of people from different countries, speaking in clear and simple English. She told them how she learned vocabulary fast by telling stories, how she built her community, and how she embraced mistakes as part of the process. Her voice was calm and confident. She saw smiles, nods, and heard applause. After the talk, many people thanked her for inspiring them. Some said they would start their own learning journey. A new chapter begins. Anna realized that her journey was not just about her anymore. It was about the power of stories to connect people, to teach, and to inspire. She felt ready to dream bigger. Maybe a book. maybe a course, maybe more collaborations. The possibilities were endless. What Anna learned today. Dreams can come true with persistence and courage. Sharing your journey can inspire thousands. Confidence grows from preparation and honesty. Teaching is a gift that keeps giving. Every step counts toward a bigger goal. Anna looked out of her window that evening, feeling peaceful and proud. Her journey was far from over, but this breakthrough was a bright light guiding her forward. If you enjoyed Anna's story and want to learn how to grow your English vocabulary faster, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring English stories. Share your own learning journey or questions in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember, every step you take brings you closer to your English goals. See you in the next story.